and welcome back. So in today's tutorial we'll be focusing on or we'll be discussing on risk calculation in change request. So first of all, let's try to understand what is risk calculation and what is the importance of risk calculation. So change risk calculator plugin, it's a plugin which is by default activated, okay, enables dynamic calculation of risk and impact of the change. So what exactly it does, it automatically calculates what will be the risk of the change which you are planning to deploy and what will be the impact of that particular change after the deployment. Okay, now it has certain criteria based on this which the risk calculation happens. Okay, it will not fall from the heaven, right? So this criteria, the administrator specify how and when this risk and impact rules are applied to. Okay, so if you see, right, so there is a plugin called dynamic calculations of the risk. Okay, you can enable it out and it's by default enabled, so we will not focus on that. And then we have risk properties. Okay, so if I go over here and you can see risk, and if you type risk properties, okay, if you click over here, so you have to set these properties out. So the risk calculation can happen on two levels. Okay, one is the manual way, which requires manual intervention, which is the UI action way, and that is the by default set. Okay, why? Because they don't want to automatically calculate the risk if you don't want to opt for that, right? So that's why there are two methods, as you can see. Risk calculation method, business rule calculates on insert and update. So whenever an insert or update happens on a change request, the risk calculation will happen. This is the one way. Then the second way is UI action, a button which calculates only on demand. Okay, whenever you click, it will calculate. Okay, so here you can see currently it's by default out of the box it's set to UI action, but you can make it none if you don't want risk calculation, you don't care about risk calculation and the impact of the change, then you can go for none. And the next one is if you are really what we can say, if you are really motivated to know about the risk and impact of the change, then you can make it business rule, so you don't have to always click on the button to get the risk calculated. It will be auto calculated based on the insert and update what you are performing. We'll give it a UI action only. Why? Because I want to show you where exactly that UI action is visible. The next property is like there's a view details. Now view details you can consider as a UI macro, okay, which gets created. So now the risk calculation happens. For example, your changes of type is having risk low, and you clicked on this button, the risk calculation happened and it moved to high. Now you should know, right, what got changed on the form, okay, why it got changed and all the things. So this particular details is provided in this view details. I'll be showing you in a couple of minutes. So it's enabled by default, okay, and then when exactly this message should be shown, this view detail, this you can see, consider it as an info message only when it should be shown. So it should be, it's like whenever the risk calculation happens, whether anything change or not change, you will be showing this message, so you can keep it as always. If you want only when the risk changes, okay, if something is changing, then only you should showcase it, so you can have hash risk value. And if you don't care and if you don't want to show the risk and all these things, you don't care about showing the result, then you can go for never. So I hope this is pretty clear. Now let's jump onto the change request and I will show you how exactly it works. So we'll go to the change request, go to request dot list, zoom in a little bit, okay, and we will open some change, any change you can open. Okay, now here you can see this is a change which has risk low, impact low, all this blah 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 blah. There's no button over here, right? The button is there in the as a form link related link. Now you can see here there is a button called risk calculate risk. Why you are able to see this button? Because in the properties we have selected UI action. If you have selected business rule, this will get disappear from here and it will happen on the back end. There is a business rule for that. If you want to see the business rule, I can show you that also. So if I go configure business rules, and if I go and type create risk, ideally it should show. So yeah, you can see this particular. So this is a business rule which is on insert and update business rule, okay, which do the same what your action is doing, okay, but there is no manual intervention. It's an automated process. So this is how it goes. So I will go back to our change request, okay, and now what we'll be doing, let's try to click on the button and see what happens, okay. So I will just go over here, it's low, okay, and I will click on risk, calculate risk. So you can see risk and impact remain unchanged. That means everything is low only, nothing got changed, and there's a view detail pop-up. Now first and foremost thing, the third property, try to remember the third property. It was showing, right, that it should be always, it was set to always, that's why it's showing message when nothing got changed also. If you select the second property, only the time something get changed, then only the risk and impact will, and this message will be shown, else it will not be shown. And if you select never, it will be never ever shown on your screen. And we have this view details kind of thing. If you click on that, it will open a pop-up which shows you, okay, previously what was, okay, risk condition calculation, okay, it was low, previously also it was low, so nothing to worry, okay, that kind of, all kind of information. So I hope the properties are clear. Now you must be thinking, okay, the risk calculation is happening, right, but how exactly it's happening? If you want to know, if you're curious about it, okay, if you want to know, okay, now on my system risk calculation is happening and I want to add my own conditions, okay, can I do it, can I customize it out, okay, on which particular basis out of the box this calculation is happening? So yeah, the answer is yes, you can customize it out, and there are few criteria out of the box defined on the system, and you can find it if you go to filter navigator and if you type risk conditions, okay, in this particular module we have this risk condition. So how this risk condition works, okay, so you can define risk calculation rules on which the risk and impact of a change are calculated, okay. So risk, so we'll open any of this condition, okay, for example insufficient lead time. So risk condition are runs against the change request based on their orders. So if I go one step back, okay, so you can see this order 100, 200, 300, 400. So it run against the change request based on the order from lowest to highest, okay. The first risk condition that matches the change request record is applied. So it will start from 100, 200, 300, whatever matches the condition, it will apply the same, and all the subsequent risk conditions are then ignored, whether they are matched or not. So the preference will go to the lower and to the highest, from lower to high, okay. And you can define your own risk conditions also. So how exactly it works, pretty easy, okay, to understand. So this is the name of the risk condition. Here you can define whether if this particular risk condition matches, okay, or satisfy the condition, get satisfied, so what kind of values should get set. So it risk high, impact, it's leave alone over here. You can keep it all leave alone, or you can select all, any kind of choice, right. It has order 100, okay, and this is a condition builder, okay. So here it's like insufficient lead time, okay, if the plan started is not empty, and if relative on or before 3 days from now. So if it within 3 days, okay, then this particular risk condition will evaluate to true, and hopefully it will set the risk to high. Let's give it a try, right? Who is for stopping us for the same? So we'll go to the again the same change request, and we'll go to schedule. It's empty, that's why it didn't get calculated, right? And we'll give a plan set date of tomorrow only, okay. Now it should match the condition, okay, and it should change something. The risk should set to high. So if I go down and if I do the calculate risk now, it has updated the risk, okay, and it's saying risk is set to high and the impact remain unchanged. Why? Because it was leave alone on that particular risk condition. If I do view details, so it shows, okay, this particular thing got changed. right? And if you hover on this, so it shows which particular condition lead to this, and it's a insufficient lead time. Perfect, right? So the next question will be like, okay, now it's set to high, got updated also. If I reload the form, it's updated on the record. Now if you think, can we create our own? Definitely you can create your own. Okay, let's create one. Okay, so we'll go to the risk conditions. Okay, currently the order is 100. We'll create a new one and we'll give it a name demo. Okay, yeah, I will again set it to low. I'll make order to 99 so that this get executed. Okay, and what else? I'll make this medium. It's low, we'll make it medium, and we'll give condition some random things. Okay, that what requested, no, updated by not this, no. We will use what else is there on the change request? Okay, let's see. Assign to, okay, is system administrator or able tutor. Come on, you should come. Able tutor, our favorite person. So if the assigned to is able tutor, then it should set risk to low and impact to medium. Let's save it out. Let's jump back to our change request. Where is that? Our favorite change request. And we will give this assign to this is not part of this group. No, I'll remove this out. Okay, and I'll tag list like this. I think we have to save it out because it's still taking the reference from that assignment group. And if I try to do now, wow, 49. Why our favorite player is not there? Okay, let's change it out. We'll give Andrew Och. Okay, and we'll save this out. Okay, and we will take this person and add it to the condition. One of the same thing, right? I don't want to play with the groups for now. I'll go to the risk condition, this condition builder, and over here, instead of this, I'll put this. I'll save this out. Now if I do the risk calculation, the risk should set to low and the impact should set to medium, right? So I'll go again to the change request. Now the assigned to is this, right? The risk is high and impact is low. Both should get changed. So I do risk calculate risk, and as you can see, risk has been set to low and the impact has been set to medium now. Okay, why this change happened? If you go here, over this, so it's done with the demo condition. Okay, now there is a possibility this condition builder, whenever you are working on this condition builder, right? Which condition builder? This condition builder. It will always, it's not always possible to have this risk calculation based on this change management field. There may be possibility that your conditions are based on outside factor, which is not a part of change management, change request table. Okay, for example, if there is a change task associated with the change request, then you want to set risk to high because there is a change task associated with it. So you can do that. Okay, so for that you have this advanced condition. Okay, so you can simply go to this advanced condition and you can write over your logic. So for example, let's consider that example only. So I will just uncomment it out. Okay, so answer will be false, and we can do glide record. You will have the hold of the current record over here. So I will do variable and here. Okay, variable gi equal to new glide record. I will go to change underscore task. Okay, and we'll give, I think it's change request, right? Change underscore request or parents. I am not sure, but let's give change. Change request is current dot get or get unique value. I'm so fond of that script completed, right? Okay, that if change request this, and if gr dot has next, if something is if there is any change task, then we want to make this answer true, right? I hope this will work. So what we are doing over here, we are just checking if there is any change task associated with the change request, then this condition should get satisfied and it should set both the things to high. Perfect. Save. I just want to verify on the change task whether it's change request or parent. I'm confused in that. So we'll go back to the change request. I will scroll down to change task. We'll do new, and this is change request only again. Yeah, change request. Okay, so if I create a new task, submit now, and we should give it a proper name also. It's not demo now. Okay, change task validation. Okay, some typo, but yeah, it's fine. If I go back, this is why I like this history tab, right? Pretty useful. Now you can see for this particular change request there is a change task associated with it. The risk is low, impact is medium, and both should get set to high with the new risk condition which we have defined. I will again do the risk calculation, calculate risk, and as you can see, risk has been set to high, impact also set to high. So this is happening via the script which we have written, right? And you do view details, and it's set to high. If I hover over here, and it's like change task validation, the one which we have created. One more thing on top of it, if you have to do the scripting kind of things you want to do the permutations and combination, like if category is this and semi-group is this, then risk should be this, impact should be this. So for in that kind of scenario, you can't create this much of risk condition, right? If you want to do it in a scripted way. So for that you have the script values also. So if you check that, so new script, and you can set it out. You can set this current.risk, current.impact based on this permutation and combination, if else kind of things, or whatever logic you want to build. So this is how the risk calculation works. According to me, it's pretty important because it gives you the insight of the change request based on your organization, that what will the impact, what will the risk, and you can define all kind of, because the risk and impact gives you really high information that now you can say it like always precaution is better than cure, right? So you should always have this risk calculation so that you will be aware on top of your head what is the risk in delivering this change and what can be the impact out of it. Okay, so this is all for today's tutorial. In today's tutorial we have learned about the risk calculation, how exactly it's done, what is the importance of that, and a demo. Okay, so hope you like this video. Please like, follow, subscribe to my channel. If you have any queries, drop comment on my YouTube channel, and probably I will try to answer it out. Till then, stay safe, stay happy, and have a nice day ahead. Thank you.